Good afternoon. My name is Roxana.
And my name is Erica Garza.
And we work for Connections for Abused Women and Their Children. And today is the program is, Hotline 21. Hotline 21. And we're here today to talk about domestic violence. We're here to talk about the Domestic Violence Month that is in October. And we're here to just share information with you and numbers of resources. And we're going to start a little bit with talking about a little bit about our rally. And Erica came today to share a little bit about what is the rally. But before we talk about the rally, we want to let you know that the show is about domestic violence, and it's about the dynamics of domestic violence and how it might affect the family, how it might affect you emotionally, and a little short information on solutions and how to deal with your situation. And if you have any questions, we're gonna give you information about our webpage, and we also have phone numbers here that you can call, and the person that is on the line can either, if you want, you can be on the air, and if you don't want to be on the air, you can still call, and they can still give you information about where to call and how to get this, how to talk to a counselor or somebody that can refer you or give you some sort of information. Okay, so that's for today. We're gonna call it Domestic Violence 101. And with that said, we're gonna talk to Erica. Thank you, Erica, for coming and sharing some time here at Hotline 21. So how you want to do this? You want to talk about the rally, or you want to talk about the rally? Okay.
Yeah, I more than anything, I would like to invite the community and whoever would like to participate on our rally, the CAWC Domestic Violence Rally. And basically, we are calling the community to come to this event on a Sunday, October 30th, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We're going to gather all Clemente High School, and we're going to have walking, and then we're going to have a little event about that. More than anything, everybody I just want to let you know that October is a domestic violence awareness, and the color is the purple, and to commemorate the victims of domestic violence. So we decided to make this on a Sunday on October 30th at 11 a.m. at Clemente High School, which is on Division Street, corner with Western. Everybody's invited to come. Bring your family, your friends, and please come participate. And we can also show our flyer, and so everybody can come and participate.
Yeah, you can feel comfortable to come if you wish to express your voice and manifest your disappointment or your understanding, either because you're a survivor, or either because you understand you have family members that are going through it. And if you identify yourself as a supporter in your heart, wants you to go, we can give you information about how to get there. Usually, like Erica said, we all dress in purple. And if you want to create your banner, you can create your banner. You can bring your banner, and we will be more than happy to be part of, to make you part of the rally. And one of the reasons that the rally is taking place in October, it's because it's a national movement. It's a national month to create awareness on the damage of domestic violence, what it does to our families, and to go out of the office, go out of the school, go out of the places that we are at, and start walking and connecting with the community for them to listen, that we are aware and that it is help out there, that people actually do want to help or support, and that we do exist, and that you're not alone, your family is not alone, and we do have resources for you. And today we want to share with you, before we start talking a little bit more about a little bit of the dynamics of domestic violence, because it's a very broad, big subject. It's something that it will not be clear in 25 minutes. But we will try to do our best to share with you a little bit of what we do, and to start connecting with you a little bit more. But I'm going to give you the information for our hotline. And there might be, let me see. There we go. Erika, can you read that?
Oh, yeah. For all people who are watching us, we also would like to give you this number, which is our 24-hour domestic violence hotline at Chicago at 773-278-4566. And we have a TTY also, 773-278-4114. Services are available 24/7 and different languages too. And for all those victims and all those people who would like to even counseling over the phone or any advice or information about the services that we provide for CWC, please give us a call at 773-278-4566.
Okay, so we're going to share with you this video, and we hope you like it.
Personal connection to the cause. My aunt was a victim of domestic violence. The worst part about domestic violence in my mind is that there's not a voice. The women don't have a voice. The abused don't have a voice. And I think it's because it's such a difficult topic. How do you console someone that's just been beat by their husband? I do think about that as a dad of two little girls. And, I try to show them and teach them how they should be treated for a man. To love them, and that violence is not okay.
My dad had already been here a year, and immigrating here by himself, without family, without friends, really. He had one family that supported him, but felt pretty isolated, and pretty quickly fell into depression, my dad. Unfortunately, that depression oftentimes comes with problems with substance abuse, particularly alcohol. But unfortunately, he made some bad choices. It isn't around pathologizing this. This isn't a pathology. It's not a disease. It's a behavior, and it's unfortunately a behavior he chose, and he chose that for many years. And my mother had to navigate that. For me, understand that it wasn't my fault, that it wasn't deserved, that I really didn't have, I wasn't responsible for the pain that she was going through. I really wasn't responsible for the pain that I was going through, or my siblings were going through as well. It was, I think it's a critical thing for children. There are 15 million kids in this country that are living in a household that has domestic violence. And of those children, I can absolutely say that the children that are able to openly discuss this, openly explore this, can really prevent either becoming victimized or becoming abusers in the future.
We were always at war.
It was always a fight, especially when my husband wanted to get high. It was constantly picking a fight so he can have his way. And I guess he was tired of my resistance to his habit. And one day, I don't even recall how it happened, but he just grabbed Miles, who was 3 months old at the time, and he said, if you ever want to see this baby again, you let me do whatever I want. And I didn't think he was serious, but it became very clear when he walked out the door and took my son. And it just came on me like, this is it. I'm not doing this anymore. That moment, courage took hold of me. And I said, I've got to go. I remember late one night coming through the back doors of the shelter, coming through the kitchen, and it was just the scariest moment. I knew, although my surroundings weren't what I'd like them to be, I said, at least I'm going to be safe, and Miles will be safe. And that's where my journey to freedom began.
Once again, this is the information for our program and Connections for Abused Women and Their Children. This is the 24-hour domestic violence hotline, and it's 773-278-4566. Again, 773-278-4566. And thank you for watching the short video. And once again, my name is Roxana Licona, and I work at Connections for Abused Women and Their Children at the Humboldt Park Outreach Program. And our program, it consists on receiving walk-ins, meaning that people can, specifically women and children, can come to our program and they can receive services out of charge. And if it's available and you need to talk to someone, you can speak to a counselor right there at the program. And we do not charge for these services. We also have another program at the hospital. It is 2 hospitals that we work with. One is the Stroger Hospital and the other one is the Norwegian Hospital. And we also have another counselor that works at the Haymarket Center with women. They are surviving abuse of substance abuse like alcohol or drugs, and they also receive group sessions and information inside this rehabilitation program. And Erika can talk to us a little bit more about what's the process for someone to get into the shelter. What would be Erika, how can you, because you work at the shelter, you've been there for quite a time, and how can you describe to someone if they feel that they need to call to the shelter? What will be the step 1, step 2, step 3, so that they can make this easier on them?
Yeah, absolutely. The process starts when the victim, at the moment when she calls for first time at our 24-hour domestic violence hotline at 773-278-4566. We make an intake over the phone and we determine if the victim is eligible for our services. Mm-hmm. The women and children are victims of domestic violence are called, and so after the intake we accept them, and there is not a requirements, for just to be a victim of domestic violence. Mm-hmm. And once they come, we offer the services for them for individual and group counseling for mom and children. We have therapy services at the shelter. We have referrals, advocacy, legal, medical, school, and other advocacy at the shelter. Mm-hmm. And we also make a plan for the families to see what's going to happen after greenhouse. After they have been, the most time they can be there is for 4 months. Everything is free and confidential. We receive cases from all countries, and we are, we have capacity for 42 people.
42 people, with us including children and
children and 42 beds.
Yeah, and I hear that because in some shelters they don't receive children up to 12, but the greenhouse can receive up to 17 or 18? 18 years old.
Yes, there are only 2 shelters in Chicago, Greenhouse Shelter and another shelter in Chicago who accept children 0 to 18.
0 to 18, so that means newborns.
Yes.
Newborns.
Absolutely.
Babies. Okay.
Pregnant women, single women,
Okay.
all ages, all countries.
So you mentioned something really interesting. You said, or very important, I want to say, you say that to qualify or to be able to come into the shelter, the person needs to be a survivor of domestic violence. But usually we have the understanding that domestic violence, like the most common understanding is that I need to be beat up and I need to be bleeding in order to be a victim of domestic violence. But we know that that's not the only scenario. Can you share with us 1 or 2 scenarios that, or other situations besides being physically abused, that will make a person qualify for services at the shelter?
Oh yeah, absolutely. When there's different types of abuse. Is physical abuse, emotional, psychological, calling you, threatening you, even calling you immigration, or calling DCFS and he's gonna take in your children away, or threats that if you leave me, I gonna tell the authorities that you're leaving me, so they kick you, they're gonna kick you away, or beating up your family, all the kinds of threats, emotional, psychological abuse that if you have been through and you are ready to leave your partner, we invite you to call us at 773-278-4566 and talk to us. Maybe if you decide to come to the shelter, just give us a call. This is not the only reason. When you are trying to not only survive but even move on and just start all over from zero, in the shelter, this is space, a safe space that you can be by yourself and with your children, where you can start a new part in your life and free of violence, and just to know your rights and what else you can do through the services in the community, and you can start all over again.
Yeah, it's very important that you say that it's not only physical abuse that the person needs to present as an issue to be able to come into a shelter. That threats can also, like you said, it can also create an emotional instability. The economical also,
You're right.
The person, the abuser is not paying for the heat. You don't have hot water. You don't have the main things that you need in the house, and that those are different tactics of abuse. That it has nothing to do with your punch you on your body, your face, but it is affecting the way you eat, or it is affecting the way your children are eating, or is affecting the services that you need to provide for your children. And if you call to our 24 hours hotline, then I'm going to put it again. If you call to this number, that doesn't mean that you have to give your name or you have to give personal information of your family, but you can call and say, I need to speak to a counselor. I need to find out if I can receive help, maybe not in the shelter, but maybe with a counselor or something. And you don't have to disclose your name, but you can still receive the information. And if you're not the direct person that is affected, you can also call if it's a family member, okay? You can also call, and that will make you that will give you information on what is it that you can do and the numbers that you can call. If you need information for lawyers, or if you need information for a therapist, or if you need information for you are behind your rent because of domestic violence. So it's a lot of services that we can information that we can give you. And we're gonna talk about again a little bit about the shelter, the rally. We're gonna talk about the rally, and again the address where we're gonna gather. And this is they changed the day, because let me tell you this, for years and years and years it was done on a Friday, and it didn't matter what happened, it was Friday morning, okay? But this time they changing the tradition and they changed it to Saturday, to Sunday. It's a Sunday, right?
It's a Sunday. It's on a Sunday, October 30th, 2016, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The rally will begin at Humboldt Park Community in front of Roberto Clemente High School, located at 1147 Northwest Avenue at corner of Western Avenue and Division Street. And we will walk Western Division Street to California, and then from California to the 14th District Police Station. Please dress on purpose to commemorate the victims, who have lost their lives due to domestic violence, and even for those survivors. So even if you're a survivor, so you're just gonna support just the cause, and just come to us and please participate, and we need to break the silence. It's silent too long, silent no more rally. From CWC.
From CWC is I don't know for how long this rally has been within the community, but for what I know and for what I talked to the organizers, the people that first organized the rally, the main purpose of organizing the rally was to let women know that we exist, that we actually, not everybody believes that you have to be abused, that we believe that there is other ways of living and understanding and communicating.
Yes.
And we want people to know this. Sometimes when we're walking on the street, people like literally come out of their laundromats and out of the store, and they put your shirt, and they're like, excuse me, and you're like, yes. It's like, what are you walking on the streets for? And the thing is that we have pans and we have all these kitchen instruments, so we make a big noise. And we have we're walking, and women want to know what is it what are we walking for? And when we tell them that we are walking because we don't believe that violence against women is fair, and that we want to tell the community that silent no more, there no more violence in our communities, and that we're here to support. So they ask for information, and my own experience, it was very strong to see that women want this information, and it's thousands of us. They said, okay, that's it, no more. We don't want no more. So if in your heart you want to come and make noise for the Humboldt Park community, and communicate this beautiful message of no more, please come, and we'll be very happy to be and receive you there with your banner and dressed in purple. Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you, sister. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening to us, and that's our website right there on the screen. And if you have any questions, just look for us on the internet, and that will be I'm gonna put it again a little bit faster right here. www.cwc.org. That's for the rally right there. Rally. And it's called Silent Too Long, Silent No More, and it will be www.cawc.org. That will be our information, and
please come to the rally. Hope to see you there.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Brenda, for your support out there, for sharing us out.
Thank you.